Sairam everyone, and welcome to this fresh episode of Good Morning with Gayatri Mantra. Anyone who has had the opportunity to have the darshan of Gayatri Mata in the Gayatri temple in Prashantini Nilayam stands there spellbound by the mother's power, profundity, beauty and sublimity. And we are so fortunate to have in the studio today, the Divine Mother has sent someone who was instrumental in formalizing and initiating the Gayatri Temple Puja way back in the late 90s. Purna Shri Devi Madam was blessed by Bhagwan to serve in the Anantapur campus of Sri Satya Sai Institute of Higher Learning for 33 years. The last 5 years, she was also the principal of this college. Even as she was guiding students and mentoring Bhagwan's girls, the Divine Mother chose her to start the Gayatri Temple Puja. And the way the mother inspired her to take care of her is a story that will leave us with so much of inspiration, thrill, and divine guidance to walk on the spiritual path. So, a warm welcome to you, Madam, and please share with us how the Divine Mother inspired you and gave that opportunity to take care of her in those early years.
As I can understand, it was the divine will of Sai and also the divine will of Mother Gayatri. It was not planned, not thought, but it happened. It always happens whenever the Divine One wills it. So, what is actually making us move in this world is not by ourselves, but it is only the Divine One. It is His will that works. In I think about 1996, around that time, there was that intense love towards Gayatri Mantra, and continuously I was repeating throughout the day, as and when possible. I used to almost record the mantra 108 into 20 or 24 times per day. So that repetition made me overcome many obstacles and also developed a deep love towards the form of Mother Gayatri. And in 1998, when Mother was installed in Prashantini Nilayam, I was very happy to see her, but since she was not taken care for a week or so, there was no puja, nothing. So we requested Bhagwan from the campus side whether we could take up Gayatri temple cleaning. It just started with the cleaning of the temple. Immediately Bhagwan's answer was Lakshananga, very well. So Swami was happy with our request, and then we took required permissions with the permission of Bhagwan, and initially it started with a little cleaning, lighting the lamp, and also the Ashtottara Puja. And since we normally are not there on the weekdays, Mrs. Shauri said she will give volunteers so that they can continue, and weekends I could come and help. So I used to give the volunteers the Ashtottara Nama and what they should worship, and at the weekend I used to come and do whatever is required. I also learnt in due course of time, because Mother was wearing that Rajasthani skirt type of dress. So I thought she should wear a nice sari. So I learnt from a pujari how to put on the sari, and then came to the temple. And initially I just purchased one sari, about 600 worth. I was not thoughtful at that time. But normally, whenever we go to Bhagwan, the divine darshan, we wear our best. So I had gone to Mother's temple with a sari worth 2000. Then it struck me, what a mistake I made. What am I offering to Mother? So from then onwards, it made a point, every sari which I purchased for Mother would be of the same worth. And every week we would change, and we never looked at Mother as an idol. We looked at Mother as the divine one. How beautifully we can dress her, we can make her look beautiful. However, we adore ourselves, we dress ourselves, we decorate ourselves. In the same way, we used to decorate Mother, and she used to respond beautifully. At that time, I was totally new to the formal worship of any god, but it is she who taught me. As the groups started changing, once a group came from Rajmandri who knew Sri Sukta Puja. So when they had done that along with the Astottara of Gayatri, she started showering a lot of flowers and she expressed her joy. Then I thought, so I must take care of her puja. The thought came to me. Then I went through the worship of Mother Gayatri, how it is done through the books. Then I realized she is worshipped not only with Sri Sukta but also with Purusha Sukta. So Mother is a Vedamata. She cannot be just treated as a mere lady. So then the puja got evolved both with Sri Sukta and Purusha Sukta, and also it was my desire, whatever we offer, it should be done wholeheartedly. Suppose we say Chamaram Samarpayami, not that we've just put an akshata or something. There should be a Chamaram. Chatram Samarpayami, then we should put really a Chatram. So everything, whatever we offer, I made it a point. It is done properly for her. So she always responded. And another thing is, in some other temples, I do hear that Mother has asked me to do this. She may get angry. I have to give it. But this was never there with us. In fact, we wanted to give to Mother the best. And we will not get satisfied unless she's most beautifully, very nicely decorated, where she's showering her love, her grace. And you can see when you look at her, the life. Not that she's just an image. Never we ever felt that. We always felt she is the living goddess. And she always responded to us. And when I had certain difficulties to connect back to Swami under certain difficult situations, she made it possible for me. Whenever there was some difficulties, some negativities, she would pour her grace, her love in such a way that immediately something positive will turn, and it is all her grace and love, and everything goes on with ease. This was a continuous experience. Her protection, her love, both by the way of repetition of the mantra and also by way of serving her. And as we evolved the puja, people who witnessed our puja, many of them asked for the scripts in different languages. So many of them wanted to adopt the same puja. In fact, I never knew anything, but the whole thing turned out, it was her making, not anything done by the individual.
That is so beautiful. As you said, Mother never asked for anything, but it was your love towards the Mother to see her beautiful. And the way Mother responded to your love is what we see today. All the servitors of the temple today pour their heart out in serving the Mother, in seeing that the Mother is adorned royally, beautifully, gracefully, and you see the amount of joy that the Mother showers on everyone. To me, it is like a response to your pure love to the Mother. In fact, you were telling me that even when you do Abhisheka, you try to do it with warm water, just like you want to bathe anyone, or you want to take bath yourself, you do it with warm water. I mean, it shows the extent to which we felt that it is a living presence. And I think the mother responded so beautifully, yad bhavam tad bhavati, as Swami says. And madam, you were saying that you felt the protective grace of the mother so many times in all these years. So if you can just share with us a couple of instances how one feels so emboldened to face the challenges of life once you have the grace of the mother with you.
It was unasked, her grace and her love. She knows our needs. We don't even have to express many times. This is what I felt it. In fact, when my name was proposed for the post of the principal, I think there was an issue. What is her special credentials? I was not aware, not much bothered about. I was more towards the spiritual path and the goal. But it so happened that the UGC committee, normally once in 5 years, they visit different universities and give grants. So I was selected as one of the expert members of the UGC commission, and it was to Calcutta University, where mother is worshipped most. So how she arranged, it was her divine will. In fact, one of the VIP ladies said, how is she getting all this? She doesn't have any recommendation. It must be the worship of Mother Gayatri that is, she is receiving all these blessings. I was not very much towards any of these issues, but I could always experience her love, her grace, and at the time how she guided me. Like when I went there, that was a Jagadhatri Puja day. Once in a year, it seems, one is Dasara and another is Jagadhatri Puja. The time I went was the Jagadhatri Puja day. So the way, like when I went to the Kali temple also with mother's, one of the saris to bless, I was allowed directly from the place where the priest goes, and then I could offer. And the way everything she arranged it, I cannot say in my words. It was just beyond imagination. Grace from every point of view. Either the way the whole thing went on, and the grace which she showered in several ways. This is one issue. And even in my research, when I had to take up the work, I was in plant biotechnology, that is especially tissue culture work I was doing. And then I thought the Gayatri mantra, as Bhagavan explained, it is materialization, vibration and radiation. So in fact, radiation is the base from which comes the vibration, and after that materialization occurs. So I thought, even in the research, totipotency, that is a single cell gets transformed into the entire plant. So there must be some radiation which is working out here, and then it has to give the different types of cells morphogenesis. So let me start the work with the radiation. So I started with the putting the two electrodes and exposing the tissues to the electrostimulation, and then studying the morphogenesis. This was one of the areas which I had taken up, and it was a very novel, and in fact when I presented in the UGC project, not UGC, DST, Department of Science and Technology, the project on this, even 20 years who worked in the plant tissue culture were not aware of the topic which I am speaking about. So they had to support myself. They were very happy about the whole thing. It was her grace which guided me in every sphere, I should say, either academic or the material or the spiritual. In every way, her love, her grace, beyond words, it's just tremendous and unexplainable it is.
And I think she has, as you mentioned, whenever you felt you needed Bhagwan's love, she was the one who sort of arranged it for you.
Yes, in fact, Bhagwan used to respond in so many ways that mother and Swami, both of them are the same. On one occasion, I, after bathing mother, that is after the Abhisheka of the mother, normally we put a chandan bindi and on top of it the kumkum. That day, as it was done, I sat down to do the mother's worship to the idol which was there, small one. Then I realized when I looked at mother that chandan is a little bigger than the kumkum dot. But I thought, okay, that's also looking nice. It's looking like a yellow halo. Then continued the puja. That day I had gone to the mandir. It was during bhajan time. Before the bhajan started, Swami just entered through that door. And as I stood, Bhagwan stood near the door. On his forehead, exactly the same bindi which I had put for mother. That yellow halo and the kumkum dot. But just for 1 minute.
You saw that?
Yes, immediately I understood. Whatever I am offering to Swami, mother is also offered to Swami. Both are one and the same. Like Bhagwan wanted to make me feel the togetherness of both. Whatever I am doing is going to him only. Another beautiful occasion was I used to put the sari like a fan nicely, not showing the feet of mother. Many people used to ask, they want to see the padam. But I was not ready to disturb her sari. Then one day I thought, why can't I show both the feet of mother and make everybody happy? Then I made an attempt on someone because I cannot try on the mother how both feet could be shown and she could be nicely dressed. Then the day we had put on with all the payal, everything so charming. As you look at her, you lose yourself. You just look at her. Divine grace, divine love, divine power. And the joy she was emanating that day. Everybody was just struck. Even we who did stood before her felt it. And that day when I went to the mandir, what Swami did was, he was walking. One foot of mother was shown till the ankle. Other foot was shown only the few toes. Exactly same way Swami walked till the place I was there. One foot he was showing till the ankle, other foot only that much. After that he walked ordinarily. I could see like how Swami receives, how responds. Like both of them are the same. This was another wonderful experience. And early days, nowadays it's not happening. As we, during the Dasra time especially, as we used to break the coconut, instead of coconut water, red color water used to come. So many things she used to do like that. And then sometimes even the Sevadal in the nights, it seems they used to see mother walking out of the temple and entering into the temple. And during these days, these were more frequent. But later, of course, it was different. But yet, all the time, her grace and love is experienced by everyone.
Absolutely. I mean, it's really amazing. There are so many people who have felt that protective grace of the mother as they chant the Gayatri Mantra, and who have also experienced the divine proximity of Bhagwan through the worship of the mother. I think mother is someone whom you can so easily connect to, and you feel so much of love. You can be really just yourself because the mother is so welcoming and so compassionate. Just looking at her, you melt. And I think that is what helps you to connect deeper with your inner self, and your relationship with Bhagwan becomes stronger. I think that is the reason why Bhagwan has blessed us with all these temples in Prasanthi Nilayam. You have the Gayatri temple, the Lakshmi temple, the Ganesh temple. You choose anyone and connect to the divine in the way you feel most comfortable and most joyful. And Madam, as you walk on the journey, because we know the Gayatri Mantra is such a powerful mantra, there is nothing that the mantra cannot grant. be it of this world or beyond. And as you do the Gayatri Sadhana, I think there's so many deep inner meanings of the mantra that slowly become alive to you. How has your experience been? Because you are someone who has spent years in sadhana. What is that one esoteric meaning of the Gayatri Mantra that you connect to?
Currently, I am in the path of direct path. That is the inquiry path. That is, who am I? The very I, which is beyond the three bodies. That is the physical body, gross body, then subtle body, causal body. It's beyond that. So it is the direct path. In spite of this path, when it is said Om Bhur Bhuva Swaha, so this is the three worlds. Actually, Bhur represents the gross body, and Bhuva represents both subtle body as well as the causal body. And then Swaha is the soul, very soul, directly to the Atman. So here, like she is Panchabhutatmika Maya Parashakti Namo Namaha. So the gross body, the entire realm of it, she is illuminating, and she is making us come out of whatever the obstacles which are there, whatever the vasanas which are accumulated to be removed. Then the next is Trigunatmika Maya Parashakti Namo Namaha. And the next one is Ajnana Rupini Maya Parashakti Namo Namaha, related to the causal body. In all these three realms, she is illuminating every realm of it and making us come out at the subtle level, causal level, and making us reach the highest. So even in this direct path, when some problems and difficulties are there, when you approach through this mantra, she unveils and makes it possible and helps us in the path. This is how I found it.
So be it in the physical plane, be it in the emotional plane,
Yes.
the gross body level, subtle body level, causal body level, I think she's the one who is constantly removing all that is blocking in the spiritual path. And I think we get that power and endurance to deal with the challenges of life, be it physical or be it metaphysical, once we start the Gayatri Sadhana, isn't it, ma'am?
At this level, in fact, it is not even a challenge. It just melts away. At an extraordinarily subtle level, she just removes it. It doesn't even remain as a challenge. And her grace is such which makes it flow away from that path. She makes us experience that.
Yes.
Initially, we may find it as a challenge, but as you grow intensely inward and depend on her, she makes it so soft, so smooth. No longer it is a challenge. Not only that, she reveals to us whatever comes in your life. You may think it's an obstacle, but it is essential for your growth. That is how it has come to you. It is never an obstacle. She changes your very attitude and prepares you in the right way and makes you cross that.
Wow.
She helps us in every way. She blesses us with what we want, and she takes us through the different levels and also makes us reach the highest. The Divine One is just beyond description.
Beautiful. So in life there is nothing like a test. Everything just becomes a testimony of her love. And as you mentioned, once her grace comes, like the rays of the sun in the morning, drive away the morning mist. You don't even realize that it is happening. I think that is how her grace falls on us, and we don't even realize that we actually were going through something. Let us pray to the Mother that this deeper power and connect that Bhagwan has given us the opportunity to build, we make the most of it, and really grateful to Bhagwan that he sent Madam today for this satsang. And this is a recording that we wanted to do for very long, and it is really Bhagwan's grace that we could really record and share this with all of you today. Thank you so much, Bhagwan, and thank you so much, madam. And dear listeners, let us continue the Gayatri Sadhana, which will lead us to greater peace, happiness, and divine glory. Sai Ram.
Sai Ram.